It's the Detroit Tigers and the Toronto Blue Jays. First pitch coming your way next. So almost ready to get underway, towing the slab in today's game. Jose Barrios.
He's had his ups and downs in his career as his ERA is just over 4. But this is a guy that's not afraid. He's going to take the ball. He's going to go out there and give it his best.
Eugenio Suarez stands in now and watches strike one.
707.
And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Well, that at bat seemed to be over as soon as it started. 3-pitch strikeout. You've got to be better at the plate right there, at least to foul something off, extend that at bat.
And now the batter is Carson Kelly. Zips it across, and a couple of quick outs.
Batting third.
And now the Tigers line up for manager A.J. Hinch. And the key to victory for them here, get their starter some run support early.
Boog, if they can get him that run support early, it's likely the other team folds because they know how dominant he can be once he gets settled in. So put pressure on that other team right away, jump out to a lead early. And
that ends the inning, so we take a break. Back here at Rogers Center. Now the starting pitcher in this one, Tarek Skubal. It's going to be hard to top his last start, Singy.
So dominant, only gave up 1 hit, and I know in the back of his mind he's thinking about how close he came, but he's got to forget about that and focus on his opponent in this one.
The pitch. Whit Merrifield leading things off and takes a strike. This ball's chopped on the ground. He is safe.
It was a healthy cut, but the same can't be said for the contact. He got just enough of the ball to put it in play, and that's all he needed. Tough play for the defense on what was kind of a swinging ball.
Here's Kevin Kiermaier.
Pretty amazing, going way back. Possibly the best center fielder I've ever seen.
And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1. Merrifield on at first, nobody out. Next offering is in for a strike. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
Tell you what, those are the types of guys pitchers really like to punch out when they're on the mound, because if they get on, just the distraction that they create with all that speed over on the base pass, it could take away your focus from the next hitter, and that's the last thing you want to do is serve up a pitch that a guy hits over the fence, and it's a multi-run home run.
On the ground left side, 6-4. And that's all they'll get. Matt Chapman up to the plate now. No hits in the shutout yesterday afternoon.
Chapman.
And first offering is fouled off. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. That's strike 2.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
Oh, 2 now. Fights it off. You'll see another. And a pitch. Got him swinging. One left for. Back now in Toronto. New inning getting started. And now the center fielder, Kerry Carpenter. Here comes a pitch. And there's a strike. Barrios, multi-time All-Star. He throws a slurve, a four-seamer, a sinker, and he works in a changeup. Oh, 0-2 now. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. Kiermaier going back on it. Back some more. And that ball is gone. His 4th home run of the season. Just like that, they move in front. It's 1-0.
That's an impressive swing of the bat to go over the wall to the opposite field gap. And, there are a lot of guys that just don't have the pop to do that, and probably just as many who don't have the approach either. He let that ball travel, and he got great extension on the follow-through to drive it out of here.
Zach McKinstry will hit next. In there, and it's 0-1.
Oh, you just got to delete it. You give up that leadoff home run, go back to work, focus on this next batter.
And that one hit to first. Guerrero takes it himself.
Batting 6. The right fielder.
And next up for the Tigers, Akil Baddoo. Homered in the ball game yesterday afternoon. And first offering is fouled off. Bounce to the right side. And he handles it himself for the out. 2 outs, base is empty. And up next for Detroit, Alex Bregman. One of the best in the game against right-handed pitching. The lefties, however, that's another story. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Singy, is this more common today? Guys really only succeeding against pitchers throwing from a specific side?
I think it's because you just don't get a very long trial period anymore. I mean, with the analytics and the numbers, teams are looking for instant success with the lineups that they construct. So if you don't figure it out quickly against certain types of pitchers, you're just not going to.
Well, plays made there, and that retires the side. 1 scores in the inning coming on this solo home run. It's now a 1-0 ball game. Back after this on the show. Welcome back. We head to the bottom of the second. Now it's the veteran outfielder, George Springer. The pitch. The lefty, the 1-0. There's a strike. George Springer, a Connecticut native. In fact, played his college ball at UConn. First round pick by the Astros in 2011, and he helped lead the Astros to the World Series in 2017. Pitch misses. 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, just a tremendous athlete, and his signing was the turning point in the Houston Astros organization to become a winning franchise. And you remember that magazine cover back in 2014 predicting the Astros to win the World Series in 2017, and it came true.
Alejandro Kirk getting ready to hit. Skubal, he's a guy that has both swing and miss stuff and exceptional command. I mean, that's a rare combination. That makes him one of the best in the game. Comes up empty on the swing, 0-2 now. And if you're a hitter, you know that he's going to challenge you, right?
Yeah, you expect that, and that's why I think you go up there, you get 3 strikes, you take your hacks. And this is from a guy who liked to swing it. You swing the bat.
Santiago Espinal next up for the Blue Jays. So many strikeout guys do have trouble with walks because usually the strikeout is tied in to the stuff, and sometimes the stuff is difficult to command. Not the case here. And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. And that's a foul ball. The 0-2. Up the middle. Throw on to Torkelson. And the Blue Jays go down 1-2-3. Down in. Back here at the ballpark, top half of the third inning. Now here is Andy Ibanez. The pitch. Ibanez in his second season, 29 years old, and he found his way onto the team after being claimed off waivers. That's towards center. Kiermaier moving under it. Makes the grab, one down. Now it's Zach Short. Good power, not great in the OBP department. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. Berrios, a former All-Star, 28 years old, and he was a compensatory draft pick back in 2012. 0-2 as he waves at that one.
Oh, that's that slurve right there. He threw it extremely well. You talk about just a ton of breaks. So tough to get that barrel to it.
Puts it away for the out.
Nothing you can do about those as a hitter. Even though you know that, they still drive you absolutely crazy.
Eugenio Suarez up to the plate now. In there for strike one. Suarez goes 5 feet 11 inches, 215 pounds, and he was born in Venezuela. Swings and misses, and it's 0-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Tigers fail to make any noise, but they hold a 1-0 lead. Bottom of the inning, and now it's Dalton Varsho.
No left fielder.
Varsho getting the start in left in the 8th spot in today's lineup. And he's one of the few players in Major League Baseball born in Wisconsin. Swing and a miss. Strike one.
Well, on paper, it's favorable to have a fairly quick inning here with 2 of the 3 hitters he's set to face batting from the left side, same side he throws from.
The 0-2. That's down and in. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher are on the same page right now.
Stepping in, number 19. Pitch misses, and it's 1-0. There's a strike. Ball to strike. Swings through that one. Ground ball to the right side. McKinstry over to first, and 2 straight set down to begin the bottom of the third.
Good arm side run and sink on that pitch right there. Got inside on him and got him to bounce into that out.
And first offering is fouled off. Merrifield, a member of the 1,000 hit club, and he was a 9th round draft pick back in 2010. The 0-2. And the slider just misses.
It's a good take.
And that one is lifted in the air. Short on the move towards foul ground. It spills out of his glove.
Just a bloop hit behind third right there, and that's a really tough play for a third baseman or shortstop to get to, and the same for the left fielder. So he just found a perfect place to drop that one in right there. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
Here's Kiermaier now.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
Swings through that one. 0-1. To the right side. Tosses to first. Third out. And that ends the frame. Blue Jays held in check. Still behind by a count of 1-0. Back here at Rogers Center, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the fourth, Carson Kelly. That's in there. Strike one. Here's a fun note on Kelly. Guys find out they've been drafted all kinds of ways. Kelly was actually presenting a project in his high school marketing class when he found out the Cardinals had selected him. How did you find out you were drafted?
Yeah, I found out a few days later via telegram.
Chapman over to first in time. And one gone in the fourth as they get the leadoff man. Spencer Torkelson up now for the Tigers. Flied out his first time. That's in there, and that's strike one. On the ground, right side. Whips it to first, and they get Torkelson for the out. 2 outs, base is empty. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Kerry Carpenter. He's already homered in this game. And first offering is fouled off. The wind and the pitch. Swing and a foul straight back. Left-hand batter waits. Line drive. Brings it in for the third out. Tigers are shut down there, but they lead. And welcome back. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Scooble back to work. And first offering is fouled off. And now the lefty. Good eye right there.
So important for him to control the heart rate right now. He's got to go through the heart of this lineup.
He goes down looking.
Well, you could tell he wasn't expecting that ball to break back in on him. He may have been looking for something away, maybe something soft, but that slider on the inside corner absolutely froze it.
Chapman batting for the second time, and that's strike one. Swing, and he breaks his back. And he picks it up, and he'll put it in his pocket. The wind of the pitch. Swing, and this one's bounced on the ground. Throw on to Torkelson. 2 up, 2 down. Here's George Springer. He's 0 for 1.
George Springer.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1. The big lefty turns, kicks, deals. On the ground, right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Back now in Toronto. Now it's the second baseman.
The second baseman, Zach McKinstry.
And a pitch. Good eye right there.
1 ball, no strike.
And there's a ball. And he deals. And that's in for a strike.
Now, there's a pitch we haven't seen in a while. It's going to be tough on the hitters if he can mix that in whenever he wants.
That one in for a strike, 2-2.
Love how vocal the umpire is today. No doubt in the hitter's mind, catcher's mind, and even the pitcher's mind as to the conviction in the call.
Hopped up. Calls it in, and there's one away. Akil Baddoo, the next to hit, rounded out his first time up.
Baddoo
Hit on the ground to the right side. Steps on first for the out. Now it's Alex Bregman. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat. And ball 1.
1-0.
Next offering is in for a strike.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
To third, Chapman. Sends it across to first, and they get Bregman for the out. And that is that. Down at Welcome back. We head to the bottom of the fifth. And now for the Jays, Alejandro Kirk. And a pitch. And first offering is fouled off. And that skips into dirt. And here's a slow roller. Throw on to Torkelson, and the leadoff man set down in their half of the fifth.
That's what a good sinker's designed to do. Get a guy to roll over a little bit, hit the ball on the ground, kill some worms while you're at it.
Bounce to the left side. Suarez throw to first in time. And a couple of quick outs.
He's controlling things out there on the mound, not messing around at all. He's been in attack mode since the very start.
Varsho now at the plate as he swings through strike one.
These guys have been very aggressive early in the count, but when you're down, you might want to be a little more patient. Take some pitches, see if you can extend those at bats and get some base runners on.
On to first, and that'll do it. 3 up, 3 down for him there. Top 6, and now the DH, Andy Ibanez. Barrios back to work. Just off the outside edge, and that's ball 1. And that one off the outside edge.
He's been raking in recent games, and a big reason why, getting ahead in counts. He's been able to do that consistently, and you see the results.
That one off the bad part of the bat, just a lazy fly ball. Springer there makes the catch.
The bat.
And next to hit for Detroit, Zach Short. 0 for 1 so far. Short measures 5 feet 10 inches, 27 years old, usually a shortstop, but today starts at third. And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it.
One thing he has to remember is that he does not have to cover as much ground. So those balls to his left, remember that you got a good shortstop that can make the backhanded play for you.
Merrifield gets under it and puts the squeeze on that one. Out number 2.
Now batting, the shortstop, Eugenio Suarez.
Suarez in the box with 2 gone and takes a look at a called strike. This to third, Chapman. Whips it across, and that will end the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. 9-1-2 scheduled to hit in the home half. Back here at Rogers Center, and now the shortstop, number 19.
The shortstop, number 19.
The wind of the pitch. 0-1.
It really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
To the right side. He takes it on his own. 1 away, bottom of the 6th.
The batter, number 15.
With Merrifield up to the plate.
Merrifield.
The offense needs to start showing some fight against this starter. He's doing his thing out there. They're going to have to push back at some point and make him work a little bit harder.
Here comes the 0-1. Ground ball up the middle, and it finds its way through for a hit.
Now batting, center fielder.
And stepping in is the speedy Kevin Kiermaier. Popped in the air, left side. And there's a hit. They get it in quickly. So first and second now, one out.
Well, the last 10 games or so have been anything but fun at the plate for him. So that one has to feel good. Not much he can do about that one on the mound. Made a good pitch inside and jammed him. He just found a way to fight it off the other way and make it work. Now a pretty big at bat coming up with a chance to even this ball game up.
Lifted in the air, right field. Baду snags it for the second out.
Yeah, that was a wasted RBI opportunity, but a competitor like him, he is looking forward to making up for it in his next at bat.
So first and second with 2 outs. And next for Toronto, Matt Chapman. And fouled off. Merrifield, the lead runner at second. Kiermaier at first, 2 out of the inning. Out there to center. Carpenter on his way over. Drops into the glove. And that is that. Blue Jays leave a pair. They still trail. And welcome back. We go to the top of the 7th. Now here's the
Carson Kelly.
Detroit catcher Carson Kelly. And here it comes. That's a strike. It's 0-1. Popped up first base side. Merrifield in pursuit. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's one away. And here's the first baseman, Spencer Torkelson. And that's in there for strike 1.
Well, on the mound, very efficient, able to produce an outcome, it seems like, within the 3rd or 4th pitch of just about every at bat.
Swings here and blasts one left field. And it hits the fence. Throws to second. And he'll pull into second safely.
This was a really nice swing. Didn't quite get enough behind it to get it out of here, but once it got over his head in left field, it was extra bases all the way.
Here's the center fielder, Kerry Carpenter. His homer earlier is responsible for the only runs they've scored in this one.
Yeah, forget small ball. They're kind of living and dying by the long ball so far in this one.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Pretty frugal guy. He is very efficient with the pitch count in this one.
The next offering misses. And now 2-0. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Yimi Garcia. Pop getting cranked up as well. Now 3-0.
And you got to wonder with first base open, 1 out. Is he going to get a pitch to hit?
Runner at second here, 1 gone. That's in there, and the count is 3-1.
Getting a little frustrated with the strike zone.
That one fouled off. Runner leads away at second. That one to first. And he takes it himself for the out. So up next, Zach McKinstry.
And this is a big opportunity for him to pick up his teammate right here.
In there, and it's 0-1. 2 outs with a runner at third. On the ground, right side. He steps on the bag. That's the 3rd out. 1 left for Detroit, but they're on top, 1-0. Back here at the ballpark, and the batter is George Springer.
The right fielder.
The line to kick the pitch. And he pumps it a strike.
Usually when a pitcher's had a dominant outing, he has filled up the strike zone and he's gotten ahead in the count with first pitch strikes. Well, that's exactly what this guy has done in this one. Over 70% first pitch strikes.
The tying run at the plate. Got him! And that's the first out. Here's the Toronto catcher, Alejandro Kirk.
Alejandro Kirk.
First offering misses the mark. Swing and a bouncer. And that quickly 2 away.
Well, there's a lot riding on that at bat right there. Nice job of the pitcher to bear down, make the pitch, get the ground ball. Excellent piece of work.
Espinal in the box now. No balls and a strike. On the ground. McKinstry sends it to first. That's the inning. Nothing across here this half. 8th inning coming up. It's the Tigers 1 and the Jays nothing. Jimmy Garcia taking over on the mound.
Just trying to keep this one close here.
Tigers lead. Jimmy Garcia.
This is where a bullpen can give their guys a chance to fight back into the game.
The pitch. Baddoo, the next to hit, takes ball 1. And the righty deals. Pitch misses. 3 balls, no strikes. So definitely a little wild right out of the gate.
Well, it can be a little tough coming from the bullpen mound to this mound, but you've got to find a way to get ahead in the count quickly. He hasn't. We'll see how this at bat turns out.
Line drive, base hit.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
The pitch. Hit on the ground, might be 2. Over to Merrifield. On to first, double play.
Well, that at-bat had a lot riding on it. Definitely one of the bigger ones in this game. So that double play is going to be one we look back on when this thing is over. Big-time execution both on the mound and in the field to get 2 right there.
Next to the plate is the Tigers DH, Andy Ibanez. That one misses. 1-0. Next offering upstairs. And there's a strike. In the air, right field. Tries to make the play, but it's foul. Righty to the plate. Popped up. Merrifield gets under it. And that is that. Number 62 gets the call from the pen.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high and it just breaks a ton.
Well, 1-run game. And here is Dalton Varsho. And takes low for ball one.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
That one misses. And that's ball two. Righty delivers. In there at the knees. And it's 2-1 now.
Nasty 2-0 slider there for a strike. That tells you he's got a lot of confidence in that pitch.
Next offering clips the zone count even at 2. Right-handed reliever. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Got him. And he's down on strikes for the second time today.
Pretty big strikeout right there to start this 8th inning. Down one. Any leadoff base runner really makes this inning a bit more interesting. But now this offense has to switch from possibly trying to manufacture a run to needing to run into something or just try to string multiple hits together to get a run across the plate.
Comes up empty on the swing. 0-2 now.
He has a tendency to chase out of the zone, and that slider that's down, that's one of his money pitches to get that swing and miss.
Towards first. Ground ball right side. And he handles it himself for the out.
That's why you hug the lines on the corners late in the ball game like this. Positioned perfectly.
So the batting order turns over. Now here's the leadoff man for the Blue Jays, Whit Merrifield. That one's in there, 0-1.
Well, and at bat can be a little bit of a dance. Strike one here, but a few more pitches. We'll see how it turns out.
The 0-1. There's the strike.
Very solid inning on the mound so far here in the 8th. Holding on to this narrow lead. This is exactly what they were looking for.
Comebacker to the mound. Slings to first, and that is the inning. Blue Jays. Back now in Toronto. All set for the start of the inning. Now at the plate, Zach Short. Garcia back to work. That one's in there, and that is strike one. Garcia goes 6'1", 230 pounds, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. Into center. Kiermaier trying to get there. Makes the grab on the run. And there's one away. Eugenio Suarez up to hit down. First pitch doesn't find the zone. 1-run game here in the top of the 9th. Next offering is in for a strike. In the air, fairly deep to right field. And George makes the grab. 2 outs, base is empty. And here's the catcher, Carson Kelly. High in the air, out to right. Springer makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2-3-4 set to hit in the bottom of the 9th. It's the Tigers 1. And welcome. Back, we head to the bottom of the 9th. Now the number 2 hitter, Kevin Kiermaier. A new arm into the game, the righty, Jason Foley. He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again.
You know, this guy's great speed is in the back of that pitcher's mind. If he can get on, it's going to give him one more thing he's got to think about.
Here's a tapper towards short. Suarez zips it to first. One up, one down.
Good fastball in on the hands, makes the swing a little defensive, jammed him up right there.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. Rolled softly, but that goes foul. And the pitch. Right side. Badu gets there. He's under it. Makes the catch. 2 down. Now it's Matt Chapman. When you talk about a neat defensive third baseman, this guy is at the top of the list. First pitch, and that's in for a strike.
One strike.
Looking to get the tying run on base. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Two outs. Swing and a miss, and that's the ball game.
Well, this one was all about the pitching and defense. Outstanding job of the pitchers, really attacking hitters, trusting what the catcher was putting down, and trusting the guy standing behind him to make the plays defensively. Sometimes you want to see a high-scoring game, but sometimes you can appreciate the artistic beauty of what these guys did on the mound today.
The final 1-0 for Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show. I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.
Here now is our final line score tonight. First for the victorious Tigers, 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and they left 1 man on base. For the Blue Jays, no runs, 4 hits, no errors, they left 4 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 20 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this evening. We remind you to please drive home safely.